Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we are doing 1992's Wayne's World. This was requested by Jim on Patreon. And if you want to join us on Patreon, we got free and paid subs on Patreon. We have KTR merch. We have giveaways. We do watch parties. It's a good time over there. And you get to see this review with the movie clips included. And there's no commercials. So,
and not to correct you, or I'm not going to correct you, but also it's free, not fee.
okay,
just so you know.
Thanks. Okay.
It hurts, doesn't it? It stings.
That's a little Patreon inside joke. Yeah.
That's it.
So let's get into the cast of 1992's Wayne's World. This film stars Mike Myers as Wayne Campbell, Dana Carvey as Garth Algar, Rob Lowe as Benjamin Oliver, Tia Carrere as Cassandra. This movie opens with Benjamin Oliver watching TV in bed with a girl. They land on public access TV before the administration takes it away, where they see Wayne's World, a show that, it's two slacker friends. They film it in their basement and, kind of like our show. So I want to know where the fuck Benjamin is.
Buying other shows.
Buying better shows.
Yeah.
But we then get Wayne explaining, and I do like this, and I think this is it works for this film. You get Wayne breaking the fourth wall, talking to the camera, talking to the audience, explaining who he is, his dream to do Wayne's World for a living. He introduces Garth. And then I didn't realize this, but we get the most famous scene of this movie when him and his friends are singing Bohemian Rhapsody in Garth's car in the first 3 minutes of this film.
Yep. This is what grabbed them.
I thought it was much later. I thought it was like in the middle of the film or
right.
25%. It's fucking, this is who I am. These are my friends. Here's Bohemian Rhapsody. And that was plastered everywhere for the longest time.
Last winter, I went to a candlelight concert. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a really small venue. Like maybe 100 people, 150 people. And it's an orchestra playing music with a specific, or not even an orchestra. It's like 3 or 4 string instruments playing music from whatever the subject matter is. The one I went to was Queen. And when they played Bohemian Rhapsody and they got to that part, literally 150 old-ass nerds at a candlelight symphony concert started headbanging. By far one of the most significant scenes in movie history, and I will die on that hill.
No, I'll die on that hill too, and I'll be honest. Not that Queen had disappeared.
Oh, right. But I agree already with what you're going to say. 100%.
But Queen wasn't what they were. They had become kind of irrelevant. You had the hair metal bands, and then you had the early 90s, and you had like the Seattle grunge scene. This brought, and I have zero proof, but I know it happened. Their record sales, because I just remember hearing stories about their record sales skyrocketing in the early 90s.
This was 100, because as I said, I'm significantly younger than you. This was my introduction to Queen. My parents were too old by the time like Queen was popular and all that stuff. They liked it, but they were kind of out of it.
And I think Freddie Mercury had already died, if I'm not mistaken. I think he died.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
In 89, 90, something like that.
Yeah. I thought it was 88, but yeah, I think you're closer. Anyway. So yeah, this was totally my introduction to Queen, and I never looked back. This was one of the first times, like, this led me down a road to being like, oh, that dude's gay? So? It's fucking Freddie Mercury, dude. Let him suck all the dicks he wants. That's fucking George Michael. What the fuck? Who are you?
Exactly.
By the way, I'll die on this hill too. People like George Michael with that kind of talent and ability let them jerk off on park benches. Leave them alone.
Leave them all alone.
Leave them the fuck up. They've earned it.
It's fine. Have you heard his voice? He sounds like a goddamn angel.
You're fucking right. I'll tell you what, you hit that falsetto, then you could say, hey, don't jerk off on that bench. But until that time, fuck off. Let that dude whack it.
Exactly. So after the whole thing in Garth's car, they actually pull over. They see and this becomes a theme throughout, but they see the guitar, the Fender Strat that Wayne wants to get, and he jerks off in front of the window. See, Wayne, you can prevent from jerking off on park benches, but not anybody, not a George Michael. Wayne, yes, but they get to the donut shop where we get introduced and we see Ed O'Neill. And he works at the donut shop. Wayne also sees his ex-girlfriend, Stacy, who continues to stalk him after the breakup. These two things, Ed O'Neill's periodic appearance being dark and extremely fucking hilarious, and Wayne's ex-girlfriend stalking him, are two of my favorite things throughout this whole fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. For those that don't know, Ed O'Neill at this point was pretty much known for Married with Children, and that was it. Maybe I think you saw Dutch, which, by the way, completely underrated movie and a fantastic Thanksgiving movie that nobody ever talks about. Pretty sure it's Thanksgiving.
I think so.
I'm going to say it is, just to make my point.
And agree. I agree with that.
Regardless. No, he's fantastic in this, and it was a great pop-up because Ed O'Neill at this point, Al Bundy was this character, just not as, serious. He was more like, no, my life kind of sucks, and my wife is a fucking whore, or whatever the fucking jokes were. I don't know, I haven't seen Married with Children for a long time. So for him to go this full dark and kind of play this
I once killed a man,
psycho. Basically, when Armando's wife eventually leaves him, and when the Stockholm syndrome wears off of her, and she gets the fuck out of the cult of Armando, this is who he becomes. He opens a donut shop in Florida. He's never leaving Florida, but he opens a donut shop in Florida. And just is constantly talking about murdering things and people, namely their ex-wife.
That's fair. I'll give that to you. You can have that. But yeah. So after that, they head to Gasworks, a bar that plays live music. Robert Paulson is the bouncer. Wayne sees Cassandra playing with her band, and he is immediately smitten. And after seeing her kick the shit out of some dude in the crowd, he makes the kung fu fighting comment, which again, we talked about the talking shit about somebody, and is he standing right behind me, and I'm that guy?
Yeah.
I'm also the guy that says the very weird, awkward, uncomfortable thing. Maybe not this racist, but I do say the uncomfortable, awkward thing to make a joke, and I get the look that she gives him.
In fairness because I had the same thought, Jesus, Wayne. But then I was like, she was kung fu fighting.
Technically, yes.
He doesn't go up and slant his eyes or do it speaking a funny voice. He's just making a statement about the fighting that was occurring at that time and place.
Yes, so I don't 100%.
I think it just, if you think it's racist, you're actually the racist because you're paying more attention to the race than the events of the situation.
It's uncomfortable and awkward because when it comes out of somebody's mouth, it does sound weirdly racist.
Yeah, if he walked up and he started singing "I Want to Be Ninja," then you're racist.
You were correct.
By the way, that's a first for us. I Want to Be Ninja on this show. That was a good reference. That's a great reference.
Yeah, usually we rip Bad Friends off a lot earlier.
I know.
So we did a really good job this time.
Oh
See,
my
Carlos,
God.
that's how you do it. If you're going to steal a joke, you wait like 20 years. You don't steal it from Bill Hicks the day he dies. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I know,
crazy.
right?
I don't think he stole Bill Hicks, but whatever.
Whatever, he probably did. And if
You
he
know
didn't,
he did.
he absolutely did. I'll just
From
say
one
it.
joke stealer to another. He totally did.
But we cut to Ben here, who is a producer. Russell is also there. They're pitching Wayne's World and to Mr. Vanderhoff, who owns like a string of arcades. And at first he's against it, but Ben talks him into it by leveraging the promotion of his arcade to get Wayne's World on the air.
You know the guy who always shows up for his one-day shoot and always understands the assignment from Caddyshack all the way through his life is Brian Doyle Murray.
Yep.
How did I do that? Because it's me.
Because it's you.
He is constantly the guy. That when he shows up,
so
he does the job and he goes home.
Well, thank you.
He's incredible in anything he like. He could just be the supporting actor in like fucking whatever comedy you want to throw him into. He's like, give me the script. Got it. You yell action and he just goes and does his thing and you're like, well, all right, I guess we'll fucking print that.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure his name is One Take Jake. Like, he's just on it. That's what George Massimio calls you, by the way.
Yeah, well,
that's what he calls you in the group text. When the text to me calls you something very different. Starts with a C.
I know. But Russell and Ben then find out where Wayne lives. They go to his house, pitch him and Garth on the opportunity to bring their show to Oliver Communication. He then gives them $5,000 each and contracts. They sign and they're excited. And they're, again, this scene with Mike Myers. I like what you did here. Oh, I see that. That's cool. Yada, yada. And he does the whole thing. And they just fucking sign. This is literally in every behind the music. Here's 2 checks. Here's $5,000 each. Just sign right here.
These guys. For about $4,000 less.
Yes.
I was watching this totally just, that is us.
100%.
Hey, man, we have somebody that wants to sponsor your show. Like, this is going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. And then, I know I'm fast forwarding a lot, but then you get to the Wayne's World. Kiss the reviews. Brought to you by fucking Petco.
Yep.
Party on, Armando. Party on, Corey.
Well, here's the difference. When they get to that point, Wayne and Garth are like, hey man, we can't, this is not our show. Like, you and me would be like, yeah, totally, Petco. Brought to you by Petco.
I'd be eating fucking cat food during the fucking review. What are you talking about? Be like, I got this at Petco, right?
Even a human can eat it.
This is made with real chicken beak.
Oh my God. But at the club, Wayne sees Cassandra's band here again. Ben also notices Cassandra's band as well. So he approaches her to be the musical act in Wayne's World. And then he starts on his path to get to sign Cassandra's band. And we also get the scene of Wayne and Cassandra talking. And they quickly start their relationship after Wayne learns Cantonese to impress her.
Corey's life lessons.
Hi. Anyone trying to impress someone from a foreign land. This is a big roll of the dice. Because you don't know. Now, I know by today's standards, like you can look up on Facebook and be like, oh, she's from fucking this place or that place or wherever they're from.
That's fair. Yeah.
Easier. However, if you just are like, yo, this chick at the bar is fucking hot. You go home, you whack off, you still think about her so you know it's true love. And then you go to approach her the next day with the clever phrase you learned in her native tongue. Be very wary because you can stumble and fall. She might look at you and be like, yo, I don't know what the fuck you just said. Or they could be from a place like Indonesia where, I don't know, there's like 800,000 different dialects depending on what fucking street you cross. Yeah. So be very careful because you could be like, I was about to do it. You were going to do the voice. I was going to do it. I was going to do the whole fucking thing. And I was like, don't do that shit. But you could do it.
This is the PSA and you were going to do the voice.
I was going to do the thing. And just say, hogwash. Gibberish. So anyway, back to my point. Don't do that shit. Because it is a massive, massive roll of the dice.
It is. I want to say it's a lesser roll of the dice, especially if you know exactly where they're from. But it's a lesser roll of the dice in the 80s and into the 90s, because back then you would actually have to hire somebody to teach you that language. Now you can go into like Duolingo, not sponsoring the show, by the way. You can go into like Duolingo, one of these apps. You could be mispronouncing shit. You could be like, there's a million things nowadays that can go completely fucking wrong. Back then, at least you had somebody to like, if you said it wrong, they'd go, no, not quite like that guy. We cut to downtown Chicago at the studio where the new Wayne's World is to be shot. They run through the rehearsal, and Ben takes the Vanderhoffs down to watch. Now, this is what Corey and I would do if we ran into the same situation. Because Wayne sits, talks to Noah Vanderhoff. They kind of get to know each other. And this is where we get the whole sphincter says what conversation. And again, we talk about quotable lines and one-liners and yada, yada. A sphincter says what? Lex did for 10 years.
Oh, so long.
Like, looking back, it probably was only like 2 years, but it felt like forever that people were saying that. Like, it was so quotable.
Yeah, it was insane. Also, am I crazy, or did I hear that's what she said in this?
Because I'm getting tired of holding this.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I believe so. I think
like I know
I
Steve
think there was
Carell
and
Michael Scott have now owned it. It is theirs. No question about that. I didn't
think there
know
is one.
Maybe this was the origin of that.
Could have been the birth of it.
How about, well, I mean, the birth of it was some fucking fat slob on a golf course with a fucking 87 handicap. Like, that cart girl just left. My beer's almost empty. I fucking put my tongue in it. That's what she said, bro. Like, that's how
high fives. No, you're absolutely right. And then somebody put it in a script somewhere.
Yep, exactly.
But so after this, we see Wayne and Cassandra hanging out. They go to the music store to look at the 64 Fender Strap. At this time, he actually buys it. We get more Ed O'Neill being Doc and Twisted at the donut shop. Also, Garth doing the foxy lady to the chick that he likes in the donut shop.
This was trauma-inducing for me, by the way, because I forgot that my parents literally made me act that out at the drop of a hat. Like, we're drinking at the table, not we, them. And like, we were all playing cards a second ago. And then a commercial came on the radio. Corey, get up and do the foxy lady dance. There's no music. I don't give a shit. Get up and do the foxy lady dance. And then I'd be like halfway through and they'd be like, sit down, dude. The fucking show's back on. Sit down. Shut up. Commercial's over.
Well, at least your parents asked you to do that. What I used to do unprovoked when my parents had friends over was the Wayne and his tidy whities when he jacks it up his ass and he just starts humping shit.
Oh, they made me do that too.
I was going to say, I just did that at my house unprovoked. And then I would catch a beating for it. So.
No, which I think is borderline child pornography. But they absolutely made me do that and like hump fucking like beams that were holding up the fucking wall and shit.
What the fuck?
There's a reason the way I am the way I am.
I know. I always just thought this kind of shit was funny. Like even as a child before this movie came out. This stuff, anything in your tidy whities, you do the thong thing up your like I always thought shit like that was funny. I always caught a beating for it because my parents just thought I was just a disgusting little fucking troll man.
Yeah.
But nobody told me you could make a career out of it.
I would like to say this.
Corey's life lessons.
Don't wear tidy whities if you're a guy, dude.
No.
It's not a good look.
Not unless it's 1983.
Not even then. I know the boxers were unpopular and you'd been like, fucking nerd. Don't. The tidy whities just give off, I don't care who you are. There's a pedophile look to it. There's a reason like Mark Wahlberg only showed so much of him in tidy whities. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the tidy whities. Like looking back now, it's just, I don't know if I'll go the pedo route, but there's something just strange about it.
No, I will. It's a pedo. You look like a pedo. I'll say it.
You just see a grown man in tidy whities. It just looks weird.
You look like you have a white van. And maybe smell of cat urine. You know, to throw off the scent of the dead bodies.
Yes.
Gross.
But
John Wayne Gacy wore tidy whities. Guarantee you that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But anyway, I digress. Ben then invites Wayne, Garth, and Cassandra to his place for some dinner. Garth sidebars the camera, which I loved here too.
Mm-hmm.
Ben gives Wayne and Garth backstage passes to Alice Cooper, and then Ben starts moving in on Cassandra under the guise of like helping her career out and yada yada.
Yep.
This again, another quotable line.
I'll have the cream of some young guy.
I won't even put a time limit on it. I still hear people say it to this day.
Hi. Not every time, but I fucking will say it.
From time to time.
If the mood's there, everybody's feeling a little good and happy, we've all been laughing, I'll throw it in there. I have no shame.
Yeah, it's fucking 30 years later and it still comes out. Yep. Again, the amount of quotable lines from this movie is insane.
That line when I was down there killed at Epstein Island. Also a big tidy whitey group.
Oh yeah. Guaranteed. Listen, they might say it's because of the kids why they don't want to show all the tapes. Mm-hmm. It's because they're all wearing tidy whities. I guarantee you that.
Oh, 100%. And by the way, if you think I'm like preaching and I look any better in just whatever underwear I'm wearing, because I have giant saggy balls, I have to wear boxers. And when you're as skinny as me wearing boxers, you also look like a pedophile.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
The backstage with Alice Cooper piece of this. So two things. One, the Chris Farley cameo was fantastic. Two, and I don't know if you've ever had backstage passes or like VIP passes to something.
I don't need them. Look how white I am. I just walk back there.
I can't tell you how many, because of this movie, I probably would have done it just by nature. Nature tells you to do that if you're not used to being in those situations.
Yeah.
But I've walked around with a VIP pass around my neck like, that piece, and then them talking to Alice Cooper, and then him like nerding the fuck out and just
That's the
being
best part
super
of this.
awkward. It's
You have
It's
no
great.
idea how good that made me feel as a kid. So I'm like, oh my God, he's cool and he knows shit. This is amazing. You could be that.
He's like, I drink and I know things.
I thought everybody had to look
Uh,
like fucking Oppenheimer.
And but no, and here's the funny thing. Like, if you've ever seen like interviews with Alice Cooper, because he is the fucking Mr. Frankenstein, and the skulls on stage and the leather and the eye makeup and all that shit. I saw an interview with him once. It was, I forget who was doing it. It was on TV. And he's like, yeah, they're like, oh, we heard you like to golf.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is like a good golfer.
Oh, yeah.
And him, and he's out in his little golf hat, and he's got his hair tied back in a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the fucking golf clothes on. He looks like a goddamn nerd, and he's out there just swinging away. And it's like, growing up, I had seen Alice Cooper, I'd seen the videos, and No More Mr. Nice Guy and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then to be a little bit older and like, oh, he's just like a nerd like me. He's just got this talent. Like, that was the coolest thing. And this kind of encapsulated like who he is.
Oh, 100%. And by the way, we talked about how this was an introduction to Queen. This was also my introduction to Alice Cooper. And I never looked back.
Yeah. No, Alice Cooper, fucking fantastic. Still
I was
love
happy
that
to
guy.
know I hadn't heard Feed My Frankenstein. I don't even know how long. I still knew all the words. I was rocking the fuck out when I was watching this.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
This was awesome. And again, getting that whole like, this is who I am on stage and I could be completely different. Ozzy's not, well, Ozzy's probably a bad example because he was biting heads off of fucking doves and shit. Yeah. But I'm not just this like, oh, hail Satan. I'm not that guy fucking all day long every day. This is like a stage persona thing.
Yeah, it kind of turns out you're a human being. It's weird.
Yeah. It's weird how that works, right?
So gross.
So, we then get Wayne and Garth at the studio to record the show. Vanderhoff is there for the interview.
Mm-hmm.
The guys aren't happy with the changes to the show. So they spend the whole interview, and Wayne does the whole interview making fun of Vanderhoff by putting, funny little notes on the back of his cue cards. And then Wayne gets fired during the commercial break. And then Garth freezes up when they come back from commercial break, which I know we talked about Dana Carvey and like how after this, Mike Myers kind of was on this trajectory, and you had the Austin Powers franchise and you had all the shit he was doing. And then Dana Carvey did a couple of movies that didn't do so hot in the box office. And then you just didn't really see him anymore after that. He was a good supporting guy. This scene was basically their two careers summed up on film. Was the talent left the building, and then Garth is just there, and he's just like,
yeah, this is pretty much, again, this is a Kiss the Reviews moment. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch our reviews of Rambo and First Blood.
Oh my God. But yeah, so after that, Garth then confronts Wayne for walking off the show and not telling him, and they have a little fight. Wayne fights then with Cassandra about Benjamin, and he accuses her of banging him. And then Wayne and Garth make up, and they concoct this plan to get Frankie Sharp, the music guy who owns like the music
Frankie Sharp Records,
to see Cassandra's band so he can sign her instead of doing business with Benjamin. And again, just another great scene because they're doing the whole like, the things that fucking happen in movies. And that's what I love about this. It happens at the studio. It happens during this scene where he's like, oh, and then we'll get this and we'll beam it off of this fucking satellite. Hopefully he'll be watching in his limo at that exact time. Even when they do the whole I won't bow down to sponsors as he's holding up
Yes,
a Doritos
that's my
bag,
favorite scene of the movie.
the Pepsi. Like, these scenes here are fucking brilliant.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
absolutely amazing. I again, some of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Well, that's what separates this from other movies like Night at the Roxbury and things like that. They're taking a piss out of everything right off the bat the second they turn and start talking to the audience.
Yeah.
You're in on the joke, and everybody's more dumb and goofy than Benjamin is more out of place than Wayne and Garth. In Night at the Roxbury, it's Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan that are all the way out of place, and it just doesn't work as well.
No, you're right.
So I think that's like the huge difference here is they knew what they were doing here, and they took a total piss out of it. And a lot like the Blues Brothers. They break the fourth wall a couple times with some looks. They break into song. It's just a crazy, wild movie. So by the time you get to the car chase at the end, it's not ridiculous. It's just fun.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as this. Every time they turn to the camera, it's not like, ugh. It's fun.
Exactly. Yep.
You know where this is going. So when they're like, we're going to computerize the synergy into Frankie Sharp's limo and beep, beep, boop, bop, boop. You don't care. It's fun. You know it's going to be something ridiculous, so just let it go. Even when they bring up Chris Farley.
You know, for a security guard, he had an awful lot of information, don't you think? Aren't we lucky we were there to get all that information? It seemed extraneous at the time.
Like,
so perfect.
It's great. And again, this goes back to it's well written.
Yep.
It's just well fucking written. But again, and we get to two things at the end of the show, or at the end of this movie. Wayne ruins Cassandra's music video shoot with Benjamin, but she goes with Wayne anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the end, which that night they go live on public access. They stream the show via Garth's computer hacking ability into Frankie Sharp's limo. Sharp turns his limo around, heads to Wayne's house, and we get this like head fake ending where Wayne's whole life falls apart at this moment. And then you're like, and I don't remember this about this movie. Like, again, it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't remember like the alternate endings, but you get that. Then you get the Scooby-Doo ending where they peel the fucking mask.
That's what I remember. I remembered it went bad. I didn't remember it going into flames and him just sitting there while the whole world is up in fire around him. But I did remember them transitioning from something into the Scooby-Doo ending, and I would have got away for it too if it wasn't for you old kids being the callback to the old man at Stan Mikita's Donuts.
Yeah.
Like, so much of this was so fucking funny and so good. And like, again, the head fake where it doesn't work out. And Wayne is like, oh, you know, Cassandra was only with me because I could help her career. And now she's going to be with Benjamin because Benjamin can help her with her career. And it's so great. And even for 92, the way they wrote Cassandra, where she has no interest in Benjamin. She's only trying to get her career launched.
Yeah.
And then, like, at the shoot, when Wayne brings it up, she's like, dude, you're being dumb. Go home.
Yeah.
And then Benjamin says something to her, and she's like, was that you or the snake? Like, that clicks in her head, like, oh, shit. Like, all of it comes flooding back that he might be this dirty fuck.
Yeah.
And so she runs away. Like, everything about this for 1992 makes it so perfect for today.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not offensive by today's standards.
At all.
The jokes still play because you still know these nerdy teens who are metalheads. And, you know, the only thing that doesn't play is public access because dorks today take their show to YouTube.
Yes.
But, I mean, just all of this, especially when you put it in the context of 1992, is literally what every teenager dreamed of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Getting on public access, having somebody going, hey, here's $5,000 for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Putting a licorice rotating thing in your car, which, by the way, is still fucking awesome. And I hate licorice. Still awesome, though. That's one of the coolest flexes of all time.
Yep. I got a licorice dispenser in the roof of my car.
That's
Hell
insane.
Yeah. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
even the, excuse me, sir, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Dude,
I'll still do that and think of Wayne's World before I think of the Grey Poupon commercials.
Oh, yeah. And dude, even the real ending of this movie, where Cassandra and her band get the 6-album deal, like everything goes perfectly smoothly. Garth gets his mystery girl. They fall in love. Vanderhoff is happy. And then like Benjamin learns life lessons, like, and everybody like kind of steps up and they say their thing, and then they step back and another. Like, again, how that whole ending, you basically got those 3 endings smashed together, and then the real ending, the quote unquote real ending, that piece where like everybody learns a lesson, and I'm happy with this, and you showed me this, and we're in love. Again, just taking a piss on all of these other fucking movies and how they end. And I could just see Mike Myers in the fucking writing room, in the writer's room, just like, because it was him and a few others, like Bonnie Turner. But I could just see him going, nah, that's a shit ending. What if we just take a piss on the whole thing, and everybody learns a lesson, and everybody gets what they want, and everybody, we make it so goddamn cheesy. It's fucking hilarious.
I like to think that Mike was truly channeling Wayne, and Network came in. They had a script, and Network came in and was like,
that would be great.
These are the changes. These are the changes. These are the changes. These are the changes. Can we see all of this? And they went, you betcha. And the Network guys didn't even get it. They're just like, this is fucking perfect. Thank you so much for listening. That's what I like to believe in my heart of hearts. I'm going to go with that. Happened.
I'm going to go with that because that actually makes me feel even better about the ending of this movie.
Yep. No, I hold this movie in such a high regard, dude. Like,
me too.
I didn't realize I did until we watched it again. But having watched it again, it's like, dude, this is such an integral part of my childhood and comedy development that I honestly couldn't. If somebody were to legitimately ask me, like, hey, you're funny, what makes you funny? This would be one of the direct causes.
I would 100% agree with that. I mean, just everything. When you think about writing, and you think about writing a comedy especially, the one thing that you can do that, like, if I ever sat down and was like, I'm going to write a comedy, I want to write a movie, it's the quotability of it. It's that lasting reach that you have with this one film in this one span of time. It's one film. They didn't do 18 fucking reboots of it. It's one film in one span of time, and that's it. But people are quoting Cream of Some Young Guy 33 years later. The fuck out of here. Like, the money's great. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that people are still the swing of it all, the Cream of Some Young Guy, the Grey Poupon, the No Stairway to Heaven, all of that that's fucking incredible for a comedy to be that quotable that many years later.
By the way, when did Schwing go out of popularity? Like, when was it uncool to let chicks know they gave you a boner? Like, I don't get that. That's so fucked up. I'm paying you a compliment. It's like, dude, you're making blood rush out of my head to my dick. You're fucking amazing. I don't even know you. Schwing!
Swing!
Swing!
Tentpole!
Oh my God. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I absolutely love this movie. I'm glad that I got to sit down and watch it front to back and enjoy the film.
Yeah, if I wasn't paid to watch this, I honestly couldn't say if I ever would have saw this again.
Again, if it pops up randomly, you might watch it for a little bit. You pop in and out. It's one of those types of movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would have sat down, or when I would have sat down, unless somebody was like, I've never seen Wayne's World. Because then the world would stop and I go, well, you're sitting the fuck down and I'm putting my Wayne's World hat on and then we're going to watch the goddamn movie. Like, I think that would be the next time that I would watch this movie beginning to end.
Right.
So, but I'm glad we did, because I now remember exactly why I love this fucking movie.
100%.
But that's all I got. You got anything else?
Just the usual. Until you all go there, I'm going to keep saying it. Go to our podcasting home network, calibrationmediagroup.com. You can find it on the interwebs.
Yes.
We have our show there, Kiss the Reviews. We have a Pittsburgh Steelers show sort of there. We have Backstage Buckeye that's getting ready to launch, which is a great behind the scenes talk about Ohio State football players and what they have done with their lives after football. It's not just X's and O's. So that'll be a really good show. And if you are into fashion, lady, male, they, them, whatever, doesn't matter. Great fashion show, Fashion at 50, all available over at calibrationmediagroup.com.
What about clankers? Fashion good for them?
Dude, I ain't dressing no fucking robots. Get out of my store. I have my religious right. You don't even have a soul, robot. You fucking clanker.
On that note, for Corey,
I do. Even that felt gross saying. I hate.
Doesn't it?
I hate the South so much. Anything with a Southern accent sounds disgusting.
Sounds awful.
You fucking. I wish Sherman would have burnt you all down.
For Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews.
Bye, Mississippi.
And this is 1992's Wayne's World.